Hi everyone! Welcome to Inside the Mind of a Diva. I keep forgetting to upload the videos. Sorry. I was trying to get stuff on my original channel, which is Heather B. Denture Diva, and I do lives over there, so if you guys never knew that channel, go there too. So I'm going to be doing a live on here so soon. It's going to be this weekend, and I'm going to give away some great crap. Because I use high-end stuff, because my skin is fragile and I have scleroderma. Shout out to my scleroderma homies out there because life is rough. People are like, oh, scleroderma is overproduction of collagen. How is that a bad thing? I had organs explode, people. Like, I saw my doctor that I haven't seen in 2 years, my scleroderma specialist. COVID shit happened. Getting Medicaid to approve it. That's a whole other freaking jam. But he looked at me and he goes, girl, what did scleroderma do to you? She shrunk you. And I was like, I love my doctors. They know I'm a very joking, sarcastic, funny person. You need humor in life to get through it. I'm just saying. But he was like, Heather, it even shrunk your ears. It did shrink my ears. They can't, bro, do you know the doctors can't even see my eardrum now because it's shrinking so much? And scleroderma gave me a nose job, girl, for free. Cool. I had my dad's nose, which was like a short little chubby nose, but fit my face, so whatever. But it's like, it's super shiny, by the way, and that's scleroderma. But yeah, she totally shrunk my nose. And I don't think you can see it well in here because the sun is beaming. Look at that. The sun is beaming like a mother, but it shrunk everything. I'm going to show you my lips. You're going to get very candid with me. Love you. But my whole top lip is gone. If I have to lift my face and angle my camera so you can see my top lip, you know it ain't good. But if you could see, come on, light. If you can see, a lot of my color's missing. So you can see the outline of my lip. It's for way further away. And I have no top lip. Somebody told me to get lip injections. I don't have the money for that. Ever. I wish, but I wouldn't do like fish face like people do. I bring it back to my natural. And then if you look at my bottom lip, the dark spots, that's scleroderma. Actually, it shows way less in a camera. Like, the whole half of my lip is completely dark if you ever see me in person. If you do, what's up? If you guys ever see me in real life, non-stalking way, I always say hi to everybody. I love this one subscriber. She didn't know I lived in this area. And when she saw me, she like double-taked. The very first time I saw her, she double-taked. I was with my husband. And she looked at me and she's like, Heather. And I was like, yes, do I know you? She's like, I'm one of your subscribers. And I was like, oh, yay. And she was like, do you want to, she's like, can I take a picture with you? I'm like, who would want that? I'm not famous. I do dentures and autoimmune. I'm a mess. Like, that's a fact, bro. But she was like, oh, I really want a picture with you. And she's like, I go to college here. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So I didn't see her for like maybe 6 months. And then she was in a cab. And she literally took half her body. I was really afraid she was going to fall back. So I told her to get back in the freaking taxi. But she was half out of it. And she was like, Heather, Heather. And I like ran up, took my camera, took a picture. I was like, email me and I'll send you the picture. And she's like, okay. So it was cute. She was adorable. I've never seen so many people like her excited about seeing me. My kids used to be excited to see me when they were little. And I lived with them. I was like their only parent. I was with them all the time. But when they would get back from school, they'd be like, Mommy! And they'd run to me. They stopped doing that probably. Thomas still does it. He's going to be 13. But Stevie does it in more of a mature way now. He's like, yo, mom. And I was like, yo, dog. Like, how's your day? And he goes, I'm tired. Stevie's very active. He's a lot like me. He's got an ego like his father. But as far as work ethic and being a part of, he's a great singer. And he takes after me. And You know, he does tennis and he does all that crap. So he's very involved in life. And I told him, like, just be careful, please, because I don't want you ruining your body like I did. Because I walked and did everything all the time. Anyway, I digress. So my body's completely shrinking. My bottom lip has, like, no color. The line is here. I used to have really, really big lips naturally. They went bye-bye. And people are like, well, you're a denture wearer. They normally do. No, they sort of do. They don't disappear completely. So if you guys ever see me wear lipstick, I don't over outline. I think that looks like crap. I actually do it where my line is. It's just people didn't know I lost that much color. And, like, my eyebrows don't ever grow. Ever. I know a lot of women are like, be grateful. Yeah, well, it stopped growing when the person I went to messed up my eyebrows. And my son's like, well, Mom, you never have to pluck or wax ever again. I'm like, honey, I still have to wax and do stuff, but it ain't my eyebrows. But, yeah, everything shrunk on me. Everything. Everything. And my hair is falling out like crazy. So I'm losing more hair. Oh, look, my little elf ears. I always have elf ears ever since I was little, but you can't actually see in my ear. Like, it's closed. They might want to work on that. I'm going to speak to the ENT doctor when she takes care of the cyst and see what we can do from that. But anyway, I digress as usual. I wanted to just give you guys an update what's going on. So I made a video that I have epiploic appendicitis. It was like a month or two ago. I think it finally went away. Oh, excuse me. Part of scleroderma is indigestion. Oh, I get back to you guys on that. But anyway, epiploic appendicitis, if you ever get it, which anybody can get it if you want to be honest. How it happens, I don't know. I still don't know why. If it's so rare. Problem is, it wasn't all that rare, I'm going to be real with you. Because there's one support group on it. One. And nobody really, it was more like a hush-hush group. Like, you wouldn't give too many details, you just all complain together and do all that. But you need to be informative. Tell people what they can expect, that it's normal, that they're not scared. Because there's literally nothing on it. There's a paragraph on Google. No other place talks about it. I swear to God, any place that does, it's the same paragraph that's talked about on Google. And I'm like, you guys are very uneducated. How about you ask your patients? Like, it's kind of sad. But apparently, imaging back in the day or whatever never picked up on it. So they would just tell people they're complaining, basically, for nothing. And whatever. So when my doctor, my emergency room doctor came in and he goes, because I was in a lot of pain. I was feeling it in my back. And I was like waiting 2 hours for the results, which I got the results before they even told me because they have my Bassett Hospital, doctor's office, whatever, is the place I go to. But they have a whole online thing that you automatically get all the results, everything, blah, 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 before even the doctor gets them and goes over them, which is cool. Because I've noticed a lot of doctor's offices, when my husband moved in here and came here, he was like, they have the best setup. Because all the doctor's places, everything in Long Island don't have that. And a lot of people don't know details. So, like, case in point, my ortho doctor, Justin. Learn to read all of it. Just don't go to the conclusion, please. So they did an MRI. They've done many, but on my right knee, which is a mess. And he was like, oh, there's nothing wrong with your knee. And I'm like, did you read it? Did you? Did you? Because you clearly didn't if you're going to say that to me. And he emailed me back and he was like, I guess you just read the conclusion, not the whole thing. I have moderate to severe cartilage loss on my right knee. It wasn't in the conclusion, but it was in the main reading part. Frickin' read, please, doctors. Like, I don't know what your problem is, and that was stupid, but if it wasn't for my Bassett setup, I wouldn't have known, and I would have been in more pain and been ignored. This is the shit I'm talking about. So I'm glad Bassett has that outlet to where we get the results, we see and read everything. Because if I never got it, I didn't get the information or I didn't see it, he would have just been like, oh, you're fine. And I would have just took that as that because he's your doctor, right? You're supposed to trust them. No. Problem is nowadays most doctors you can't trust. I've been to many, I would know. And I'm dying now because of them, so screw them. But I told Justin, I'm like, so if you read it, you would have saw that I have moderate to severe cartilage loss in the exact spot that I've been in hardcore pain in my right knee with. And then he was silent. And then he was like, oh yeah, I see it now. And I'm like, so you didn't read it. You just went to conclusion. You didn't see anything dramatic or whatever, so you just scrapped it off. I'm like, if I didn't see it or get it, I would have never known. Because you didn't do your job. So yeah, that made me livid. But I wanted to see, because the steroid injections are just not helping with pain. And I did a lot of research. So there are injections like you would in your lip, but it goes in your knee and it gives you cartilage. So it's hyaluronic acid. I think it's Juvie, whatever it's called. And it's a hyaluronic acid injection that goes in your knee that acts as the cartilage. It can last up to 6 months. First couple days you can outwalk on your knee, which is going to be interesting in my household because apparently nobody can do anything without me. Like, Stevie's going to be 17 in April. And he's like, Mom, can you make my lunch? I'm like, I make your lunch all the time. You are almost 17. You need to be able... He goes, I know how to take care of myself. And I'm like, and what? Because I'm here and alive? You don't need to? And he just looks at me and laughs. And I'm like, do it. And he's like, fine. He's like, you do Thomas's? I'm like, he's 12. I'm like, have you seen Thomas make a sandwich? I'm happy to do it. Wow. But I want my kids to be independent. I don't want to coddle them. I want them to be strong, independent men. Because be real, the male role models that they had were not great. Couldn't take care of themselves. They were freaking divas. They were freaking, like, egomaniacs, like, whatever. But I want them to be strong and independent. I don't want them to rely on anybody. I'm always here if they need me, but I don't want them relying on somebody 24/7. I want them to get the gratification, satisfaction to do it themselves. And to be able to do things on their own. But I did want to go back to scleroderma and talk to you guys. So people that think, it's a great thing, honey, it's one of the most rare, deadly autoimmune in the world. And neuromyelitis optica, which I have, is rare. Way more rare than scleroderma is. Like, worldwide, I'm trying to remember what it was. Worldwide, there was at max 100,000 people with the neuromyelitis optica. Worldwide, not U.S. U.S., it was like 40,000. So, I have super rare diseases that hate me. But when you produce too much collagen, you're basically turning yourself to stone from inside out. And there's different forms of scleroderma. Like, I have diffuse systemic. It's rapid. It's horrible. It's shitty. But there are, like for men, what I've noticed is, yeah, they have GI issues. But they also have the lung part. Which women do too. But what I've noticed for men is that if you have the scleroderma rapid, horrible lung disease, they die within 5 years or less. And it's heartbreaking. And I know my lungs ain't any better. I have to get a PFT test done. It's been a while. I didn't want to go out during COVID when all that bad stuff was happening before the vaccines, before all of that, because I didn't want to get COVID. And I didn't. I had COVID, was like before the first shutdown. And it was mainly GI. It wasn't like hardcore like some people got. So I didn't want to risk. So I was like, guys, either you video chat me or we don't see each other until this is cleared up. Because, no. But scleroderma is... And people, if you were just diagnosed with scleroderma, don't think you have the diffuse, shitty part of scleroderma. Some people just have the skin, where it basically looks like you're bleached. I'm not even kidding. Like, I have it. You can see the dots, the white dots all over my legs and arms and blah, 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 blah. But some people just have skin. It's not systemic at all for them. So they'll live a full, healthy life. And then people that have, I'm trying to remember what it's called. Because diffuse is the strongest one. When it goes systemic, there's one that's, damn, why am I brain farting now? But, it's like slow progression. Can't remember the name of it right now, but it's slow progression. So you'll live a full, healthy life in most cases, and you may or may not have any organ involvement. Most of the time, half the time I would say no, but if organ involvement happens, it's going to be GI. Always attacks the GI first, and I don't know why. But it's like esophageal, you get major heartburn, esophageal spasms, blah, blah, blah. Diffuse is rapid onset. That means you're not going to live no full, healthy life, girl. And now that I've had, but it wasn't diagnosed, apparently. Only I can research it, and only I could figure out what it was. All these freaking doctors with degrees and your patient figured it out. But neuromyelitis optica is what I have, which is scary on its own. I get electric shocked all the time. My ribs feel like they're crushing me. Like I can't breathe sometimes because of it. It's actually, I figured out it. I looked it up, and it says that it's an MS or neuromyelitis hug. So what it is your muscles are contracting and doing all that, and my neuropathy is a shit show. Because I don't just have that, I have small fiber neuropathy and a bunch of other shit. But it feels like you're being squeezed freaking hard. Like a super bear hug by Hulk. Well, for me it does, anyway. I know some people get it less than that, minor, whatever. But it sucks. So please, guys, if you don't know much about a disease at all, please don't assume that it's a good idea to have a rare, deadly disease. Oh, good God. Like, I hear that all the time. Oh, isn't scleroderma just like a skin rash? And I'm like, do you see a rash on me? No. No. Just because you hear the word derm, it doesn't mean skin rash. It's actually Greek, sclero, and then derma, and they put it together. And it's production of too much collagen. So you look great and young for the rest of your life. Whatever short amount of time that is. But it turns your body from stone inside out. And what I've noticed is most people with the disease can live a full life, whatever. And it doesn't mean it's not going to be painful. It could be painful. It depends on the person. You can have more skin than organ. You can have more organ than skin issues. So it's like, every patient is so unique in each one of theirs. So there are many people can last forever with scleroderma. And some people like me, that's not going to happen. I've been progressing ridiculously. After I went through a lot of shit, I don't think I want to bring it up, but after I went through a lot of crap for an entire year, my body flipped out. Now, with autoimmune diseases, stress basically feeds the disease, and it makes it bigger. Stress is very harmful for autoimmune diseases. And right before you get it, because if you go, and I don't mean normal stress, I mean severe stress, can actually alter your body and give you an autoimmune disease. So you can get an autoimmune disease: genetics, stress, environmental. And I found it interesting when my doctors told me that MS is more common up here in New York, on the East Coast and all that stuff, than it is anywhere else in the country. And they say, well, if anybody was diagnosed with MS down south, ask where they're from. They're going to say New York or Connecticut or, whatever. And I was like, that's interesting. And he was like, yep. He's like, so there's been so much research they're trying to do. But I digress. Living an autoimmune life sucks. This year has been really, really, really hard on me. I didn't really upload videos. I was too depressed. And when I mean very, I mean, I have osteoarthritis because I was so damn active that my feet are kicking my ass and my Achilles heel. Which, they always tell you, be active, be active. They don't say don't be too active because that can harm your body. Doctors, if you ever do watch this, please start telling your patients the truth. To have a normal amount of activity, not I probably walked more than anybody I've ever known in my life. I don't drive. I'm legally blind. And when I was birth on, I walked everywhere. I never wanted to accept rides. I was very independent. I wanted to get to places where I wanted to by walking. Rarely ever took the bus. Now I do. But rarely ever took the bus. Didn't take cabs. Didn't do any of that. So my feet are freaking damaged. My knees are damaged. I was also a dancer, not a stripper. I was a dancer my whole entire life up until a few years ago. My body said no. So I feel like everything just got taken from me. My independence, my sleep, everything. This last year has been so damn hard that it's indescribable. I was trying not to get depressed or stay too long in depression because I know what that can do to somebody, and I don't want that. And I'm still trying to cope and understand, and my doctors always told me, Heather, absorb the fact that you have autoimmune. You say it, but do you really accept it? I was like, no. No. Well, this year I do. I'll say the last 12 months I do, because it's been so damn hard. It's one thing after another. They're failing on me. Shit's giving up on me. Freaking the pain, guys. The pain is so debilitating. I can't even sleep longer than an hour, and then I'm up again, and then I try to go back to sleep, and I'm up again, and it sucks. I just want to be active. I just want to be happy again. I want to live life. And I'm 36, and it sucks that I wish I knew this was going to happen. I'd be more prepared. I would have taken care. I would have did everything I needed to possibly do. So when I got my diagnoses, all different times, but it's not easy to hear and listen. And the one thing that, and I'm not even going to talk much about it because I start crying, but my kids. I'm really all they have. So I always talk to God, and I'm like, dude, can you just wait until Thomas is like at least between 18 to 20 years old? That kid's going to be devastated. And I know he's going to be devastated. And that's a whole other story we'll talk about on why all of that. But it's been a really rough 12 months. And it's been really hard for me to get out of it. These flare-ups, bro, are just not ending. I do have to say, though, the sulfasalazine that I requested my doctor to put me on instead of Plaquenil, I've been on Plaquenil before for 3 years, and it destroyed my GI system, and it caused more harmful shit, so I won't take it unless I have to. So I asked him about sulfasalazine, which is what Thomas is on. Of course, I'm on, like, quadruple the, milligrams, but he was like, wow, that's the most underrated medication. That actually works really well. He goes, all right, we're going to try it. And I asked Mallory, my primary, to check my sed rate because I felt it going down. Like, when you're filled with fluid, it feels like you're carrying sandbags with you. But, like, I was starting to feel better, so I was like, hey, can you check my sed rate? Which it did go down half, which was freaking amazing. I'm still in the higher zone, but again, it's still going down, so I'm cool with that. So yeah, any autoimmune people that no doctors ever brought up sulfasalazine, which I'm not sure why they don't. I think that because there's other meds like Plaquenil and stuff that they just ignore it. It actually has a stomach, time-release stomach coating on it. So if you have a sensitive stomach and esophagus, like scleroderma people, and whatever, it actually is also used for IBD, which is inflammatory bowel disease, which I already knew I had. It's going to take probably months for that to work on my intestines, but, like, I literally looked pregnant. Even when I was super skinny and tiny, I still looked pregnant because my freaking intestines were so swollen. But sulfasalazine works great. Amazing. And no stomach issues, which is freaking fantastic. I welcome that. But I want to make this video, though, just to update you guys, let you guys know how it's going. I'm going to do more vlogging as the weather gets a little bit better. And really put you guys in my world of what this channel was meant for. It was inside the mind of a diva. Everything I go through, good, the bad, the hideous, whatever, I'm going to do my best to remember to lift up my camera and film things so you guys can see what I go through and I battle. And you see everything. That's the point of this channel. Because I started to do stuff on my, Heather B. Denture Diva one. But it's like people just really want to see dentures only. And I've had people complain about it. And be really mean and nasty about it. So that's why I made my second channel a long while ago. I just got to be able to use it. Sorry guys, I'm switching arms. My arms are killing me. But it's been a rough road. And I'm going to see if my doctors will allow me to video some of this stuff that we talk about. But it's been, some doctors say no, some doctors whatever. So we'll see how that goes. But if anybody ever has questions, you guys, all my information is in the description of the video, which is the arrow next to the title of the video. You click on that, it gives you all my information. If you ever want to know, like, the blood work to do for autoimmune, or, how to go about it and do all that. First of all, I went through about 10 doctors before I ever got my stuff. I was ignored multiple times. Oh, you're young, you're beautiful, there's nothing wrong with you. Yeah, asshole, thanks. Now I have 3 rare diseases that I'm terminal now for. And if they would have caught it earlier, I probably would have had a fighting chance. So yeah. But, oh, I didn't even tell you guys. Did I tell you guys that Stevie did, he was in drama club. He always does it every year for the last 2 years. But this year was Beauty and the Beast, and he was guest on. I wasn't able to go because I kept getting electric shock, and it was 3 hours of sitting there. There's no way my body could have handled that. So, it kind of sucks. I don't like to miss my kids' stuff, and I normally don't. I will be on my deathbed and I'll still go, but when you get electric shocked, I don't need to, like, make a shocking noise, and then the whole thing, people look at me. Because sometimes they come out of nowhere, and you're just, like, can't breathe, and it sucks. We won't even get into that. But if there's certain videos you guys want to see, or talk about, or whatever, just comment down below. I answer everybody. Unless you're mean and cranky, then I don't know why you're on my channel. I don't understand that with people. Like, when I go on YouTube and I watch videos myself, if I don't like it, I get off. I'm not mean and nasty. But other people have to think that they can be mean and nasty to people. I don't know if they're just, going through shit and just taking it out on people. But there's no excuse to be mean and nasty when other people do crap to you. So, I'm a firm believer in treat people the way you want to be treated. Or don't be surprised when people treat you like crap. But if you want to be treated with respect and people care, you gotta give the same back. You can't expect people to respect you and you're mean. Like, that's some abusive shit right there. But I digress with that too. I am gonna do more makeup stuff. I got all new makeup. I also had to get refills on stuff too. But Thomas, that's cute in itself. That'll be a whole other video. But I'm going to be trying out makeup stuff, tell you guys where it's from, how to know when things are bad, when things are old. Because I have a favorite lipstick. It's called Jeffree What the Fuck. Literally, it's what it's called. And I get it from Jeffree Star, but now they don't make it anymore, and that makes me really sad. But I'll see you guys on the next video. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe. God bless. Later.